Hello amazing leaders, and welcome to day 30 of the amazing 90-day challenge. So we're a third of the way through. I don't know what you're doing with your challenges, or whether you're on day 30 as well, or whatever day you might be on, but I really hope that you are enjoying the challenges that come with setting an amazing 90-day challenge. It isn't supposed to be easy, otherwise everybody would be doing it. So keep going, keep pushing through whatever it is you might be doing. Just keep working hard at it. Remember the reasons why you set this challenge in the first place, what you wanted out from it at the end of the 90 days, whatever it might be that you were doing. So I just wanted to share some of the things that we've spoken about over the first 30 days as a quick recap for us to think about some of the things that we've looked at. So one of the first things that I asked you to do was to be selfish. And it might have been an interesting topic to look at and why I was asking you to do that, but I hope it's a quick reminder of the oxygen mask that we must put on ourselves before we help other people. If we don't have enough resources within our own body to be able to help others, then we're not going to be very good to them either. We looked at what would you do if money wouldn't exist or didn't exist, and made you think about a different way of how you would be living or working, or what you might be doing as well. I asked the other interesting question as well: what would you do if you only had 6 months to live? So the first few questions of this 90-day challenge were very challenging, to get you thinking differently and maybe even acting differently as well. So it's good sometimes just to look back and think about some of those tough questions as well, because that's what makes us amazing leaders and keeps us pushing through as well. I asked you on day 6 to try something new. So I don't know if that was the day that you started listening to this, that you then thought, okay, I'm going to set my own amazing 90-day challenge, or to do something new and different as well, whatever it might be. We looked at setting amazing 3D goals. Now this was kind of a little mini series within the whole series as well, and we looked at all different amazing 3D goals that we could set for ourselves. And just a reminder, the 3Ds are your dreams or your desires. That's the first D. What have you always wanted to do? What's the life you've always wanted to live? And then we looked at the second D, which was to define that, write a description about it, write it so clear and so precise that anybody reading it could get excited about that dream as well. And then the third D was to put a date by it. That changes it from a dream into an amazing 3D goal. And I loved that series so much that actually there's some other podcasts happening around that as well, and other exciting things coming in the future as well. What else did we look at? We looked at how comfortable we are, and whether we're pushing ourselves to be out of our comfort zone enough, and what that means and what that feels like. That's different to different people. We've looked at our daily habits. It's amazing that most of what we do is on autopilot. From the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep, about 80% of our day we just do automatically, no matter what it is, where we are. Every now and then that might change, but you think about what you've done so far today, or what you did yesterday, and how much of that was just automatically done by habits. So the importance of introducing a new habit, that it can improve your lifestyle, improve what you're doing. This is what the whole 90-day challenge is about. So I'd encourage you again, think about your habits. Did you start something back then that was on day 19? Did you start something then that you've carried on, and how has that made you feel? Or have you stopped? You need to go back and restart it, or think of something else as well. We looked at how much TV we've been watching and how much that eats into our time that we have available, and our waking time. We talked about multitasking in the right way. Now, don't get me wrong here, multitasking isn't great when you're trying to do something important. You must focus on that, and the focused attention to something important is critical. However, if you're doing a job, or if you're driving the car, if you're doing a chore, mowing the lawn, washing up, whatever it might be, that you can listen to something in your ear at the same time, it changes that chore into an opportunity to learn something. You change that commute or that journey or that car trip into an opportunity to have a mobile library with you and listening to something new every single day. One of the most important things is the people around you. We looked at who's on your team. That quote, you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with, is so important. Have you done anything with that? Have you thought about who's on your team? Do you need to change anything within that? Do you need to push yourself to be on a different team yourself so that you're challenging yourself always? I love the quote that talks about make sure you're the dumbest person on the team, because that means you're always going to be learning from other and better people ahead of you as well. We spoke about you are what you eat, but from a mental capacity, not just a physical capacity as well. What are you putting into your mind, as a way of making sure you're not just reading the trashy newspapers or the trashy magazines or watching trashy TV all the time. If you keep putting trashy stuff in, you're only going to have trashy stuff in here in your brain. So make sure you're putting good things in, positive things, things that lift you up, things that inspire you to do something even more creative, amazing than you would do normally as well. We also spoke about your words and how powerful they are. We have to watch our words, making sure that we're not talking negatively over ourselves, but also around other people as well. And the power in our words, that is so important, that often we miss as amazing leaders as well. Sometimes we don't think that they're very powerful to what we, how that affects other people. And we've got to look at ourselves. Where has the positivity come from in our life? Who has been positive around us? Who's our positive influence? And how are we becoming a positive influence to other people? Whether that's our friends, our family, our work colleagues, people that we play a sport with on a team, whatever that might be. Who would we rate as positive, and how would they rate us as positive? Maybe out of 10 or something. So that's some of the things that we've looked at there. We said about treating yourself, so I really want you to do that. If you haven't done that already, or if you have got something to look forward to in the next week or so, then well done. Keep going with that. Keep planning ahead, so you've always got something in the diary. You've always got a holiday to look forward to. You've always got a meal out with family and friends to look forward to, whatever it might be. So we're a third of the way through, and now this has become a habit for me. It feels funny, not getting to do this, which I haven't not done yet because I've done one every day. I've still got 2 episodes in the bag as well, in case I have a difficult day, which I'm looking forward to sharing with you as well. Some interviews with my daughters. I'd love to do some more interviews as well. So if you would like to be on the Amazing Leaders podcast or on the social media side of things, then please get in touch with me, and we can arrange to do a Zoom meeting where we can record both sides of it, so that we can post that up to be able to get one of the people. I'd love to hear what your 90-day challenge is, and maybe we can record it around that, or just anything that you've heard over this last 30 days that's inspired you to do something different as well. So I've got some interviews already lined up, which will be great, and if you'd like to be part of those, then please just let me know as well. So I hope that 30-day recap has been helpful. I hope you'll have an amazing day, and remember, why be average when you can be amazing?